Hello and welcome to English with LJ. I create content that is designed to help you improve your English and take you to the next level, whatever level that might be, whether it's A1, B1, or even C1. In this video, we are going to learn some English and do some English learning, and we're going to look at advanced phrases. This is part three of the advanced phrases. So these are just phrases that are a little bit more on the advanced side of English. So don't worry if you're not at that kind of level. You can still learn these, but just know that they are a little bit more on the advanced side. So what I will do is I will read you a phrase. I will then give you an explanation of what that means, and then also an example of how it is used. You can then create your own sentence utilizing the phrase. Now, you can do that by pressing pause and then press play when you're finished, or do it at the end of the video. So let's go. To be in cahoots with. So this means to be involved in a secret or dishonest partnership with someone, working together with someone. The two companies were suspected of being in cahoots to fix prices in the market. So it's just working, two or more people, and groups of people, or companies, or organizations that are working together but secretly, in a dishonest way, in order to kind of manipulate things. So they're in cahoots with something. To have a knack for. Now, this means to have a natural talent or skill for something. So he has a knack for finding the best deals when shopping online. So it seems to be natural for this person to be able to find special deals shopping, specifically online. Now, you might have a knack for football, you might have a knack for maths, you might have a knack for chess. It just means that you're naturally good at it, even without having actually studied or worked for it. You then add to that through working and studying and practice and stuff, but you just seem to be naturally good at something, to have a knack for it. To be the tip of the iceberg. Now, this means to represent only a small part of a larger issue or problem. It doesn't necessarily have to be a problem, but it normally is used for that. The budget cuts we are facing are just the tip of the iceberg. There are more challenges ahead. So, as with an iceberg, you only see the very top. Underneath, there is lots more iceberg. And the same with this as well. When you see a problem, it's just the tip of the iceberg. There are a lot more problems underneath. To be a piece of cake. Now, this just means to be very easy or simple, very popular saying. It's the exam was a piece of cake. I finished it in no time. So let's say somebody was taking a math exam and they're very good at math and the questions were not difficult for them. You just, this is a piece of cake. It was a piece of cake. It was easy. To be a double-edged sword. Now, this means to have both positive and negative consequences. Technology can be a double-edged sword. It has improved our lives, but also raised privacy concerns. So things have good and bad connotations. Something is good, but it also has a negative as well. To put the cart before the horse. Now, this means to do things in the wrong order or prioritize incorrectly. You need to plan your budget before you start shopping. You don't put the cart before the horse, which means you don't start shopping and then try to plan your budget. So you're doing things in the correct order. The horse pulls the cart doesn't pull the horse. To be up in arms. Now, this means to be angry or outraged about something. The community was up in arms when they heard about the proposed construction project in the park. So the group are angry, and so they are up in arms about something. To have one's head in the clouds. So this means to be daydreaming or not paying attention to what's happening around you or thinking about kind of things that you want to do and you're not really concentrating on what's happening right now. You're just concentrating on the future or just concentrating on something that you're trying to aim at, but you're not actually doing anything. You're just thinking about it. But often that you're daydreaming as well. So Sarah often has her head in the clouds during class, thinking about her upcoming holiday. So rather than concentrating on the class, she's just thinking about the future. She's thinking about the holiday that is upcoming. To give someone the cold shoulder. Now, this means to intentionally ignore or treat someone with indifference. After their argument, she gave him the cold shoulder for days. So it just means not really happy with somebody, so you kind of ignore them, but it's deliberately, you're not really making any kind of um, attempt to speak to them, or if they speak, you kind of either ignore it or give very, very short answers, and it's just to uh, it is intentionally ignoring somebody. To see eye to eye. Now, this means to have the same opinion or agreement on a topic. So they often disagree, but on this issue, they finally see eye to eye. Maybe you've got the same music tastes. So one person likes football, one person likes basketball, but they see eye to eye when it comes to music. They both like rock music or pop music or rap or whatever music that might be. They may have the same kind of films in common, so they see eye to eye when it comes to films. To be a fly on the wall. Now, this means to wish you could secretly observe a situation without actually being noticed. It's quite surprising because flies are quite noticeable because they fly about and are quite annoying. But this is just saying that the fly on the wall, when it's still, is kind of ignored, and you would like to be able to secretly observe something. I'd love to be a fly on the wall during their important meeting. So you're not part of the meeting, but you'd like to secretly be aware, observe what is actually happening in the meeting. To let the cat out of the bag. So this means to reveal a secret unintentionally. It might be a secret that is being held and people have said, "Don't tell anybody," but you've accidentally let it out. I accidentally let the cat out of the bag about the surprise party. Everybody else was planning a surprise party for someone, and you've accidentally gone and said, "Oh, I will see you on Friday." Why? What's happening on Friday? Oh, no, no, nothing. Oh, you've let the cat out of the bag. You've given away the secret. There's something happening. So to kick the bucket, this is a quite an older but popular way of saying to pass away or die. Somebody has kicked the bucket. So he lived a long and fulfilling life before kicking the bucket at the age of 95. It's quite a um, friendly way, really, of saying that they've passed away. He's kicked the bucket. To paint the town red. To go out and have a wild and enjoyable time, often involving parties or celebrations. After their big win, they decided to paint the town red. Just meaning really that you've had a big promotion at work and you've decided to go out and celebrate, so you are painting the town red. To be a wolf in sheep's clothing. This means to appear harmless only on the outside while concealing ulterior motives or malicious intent. He seemed like a charming gentleman, but he turned out to be a wolf in sheep's clothing. So it looks like somebody is friendly, but really they have ulterior motives, and they are uh, not as friendly as what they kind of appear to you, because they probably want to get something from you. So it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. They look like a sheep, harmless, but actually they're secretly a wolf. To be at the drop of a hat. So this means to be ready to do something immediately without hesitation. She's always willing to help. She'll come over at the drop of the hat. It's kind of immediately. It's some, I suppose, with a hat that drops, it's immediate. It's to do something immediately at the drop of a hat. We're going to go to the park. So we're calling our friend who was busy, but they've at the drop of a hat they have come to the park as well. To be a lost cause, and this means to describe something or someone that cannot be helped or improved. So it could be a situation or a person. Despite all efforts, the old car was a lost cause and couldn't be repaired. So it'd been kept up together, but now it's got really old, this car, and now keeping it up together is just a lost cause. It's continually needing repair, and it's not going to get better. It's not going to be fixed. It can't be helped. To be a needle in a haystack, this means to describe something that is very difficult to find due to its rarity or obscurity. Finding a specific book in that huge library is like looking for a needle in a haystack. If you can imagine a needle and then you imagine a haystack and trying to find that needle within the haystack is going to be very, very difficult to do. So it's searching for something that is almost impossible to find, um, but it just very, very hard to find. To take the bull by the horns, this means to confront a difficult or challenging situation head on with courage and determination. I mean, if you can imagine a bull and with its horns, and if you grab hold of its head, I mean, that bull is going to try to get you, but you're grabbing it by the horns. So she decided to take the bull by the horns and address the issue directly. So it means to just address and confront that challenge. You've got a difficult challenge, but you're going to go ahead and do it anyway. To be a sight for sore eyes. Now, this means to describe something or someone that is a welcome and pleasant sight, especially after a long absence. So, after weeks of traveling, her cozy home was a sight for sore eyes. Um, so, that one speaks for itself. So, if you have any comments, let me know. If you like the video, please let me know. If you would like me to create a video, any particular topic that you would like me to cover, just leave that in the comments. I'll try to see whether I can create the video. If you like the videos, please let me know. If you don't like the videos, also let me know. I'd like to create content that is useful, so it's interesting to find out what people like and what people don't like, so that I can improve on the lessons that I'm going through. If you like it, please give a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and it be kept up to date with future videos. I do have Patreon. There is a lot of material available on there and being added to all the time. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, you can join my Patreon. I have three different levels. I also have an A1, A2 English course available for download from Amazon, but it's free on Patreon. So thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video.